Hey guys, listen, I want to share with you a dream that I had today, January the 11th, 2024. This dream was about a flood. I was standing on the highway, and as I was on the highway, I was able to see the ocean, and I saw a well, which was a humpback well. And the well took a deep dive, and as it dived into the ocean, to the bottom of the ocean, it took its tail and it pushed the water towards the land. It was a strong push. And as I see this water coming, I'm standing on the highway and I'm looking like, okay, should I jump into this water now before these waves come, or should I wait? But if I jump in the water, I know I'm going to drown because there's too much of water. And then the water from the ocean is going to cover me and I'm going to drown. So I just stayed on the highway um, and just had to wait for the water from the ocean to come through and flood the land. So after that, my dream kind of like switched to where now I had foresight. I knew what was getting ready to take place. So now it's up to me to go and warn the people that this flood is coming. So I went to get ready to go so I went to go try to warn the people, but my cousin wanted to come with me. So I said, okay, come on, let's go. So as she came with me, now this part looked like the garage, like the garage in like maybe a stadium or at an airport or whatever like that. So it was a garage. And so we went to I said, let's get on the elevator, because we can make it upstairs quicker versus us running around the ramp, in the garage. So as I went to the elevator, the first elevator, the door opened, but we missed it. So the second door opened to another elevator, we missed it. The third door opened to another elevator, we missed it. So I got mad because we missed it because my cousin was taking too long. So I took off running. I said, you know what, I gotta go. So I took off running. I ran up the ramp and I started on each level, each floor. I was yelling, telling people a flood is coming, a flood is coming. Run, get out of here, get out of here. I ran to the second level and I remember there was a fire truck there. I told the fire guys, listen, y'all gotta go. And I just kept running until I was able to get all the way up to the top. And that was the dream. But I knew I had to beat the time because I saw it happening, but I only had a certain amount of time to go ahead and warn the people before the flood came in. And that was the dream. Now, this is not the first dream that I had about the flood. I have had several dreams about a flood coming to Miami, but this flood, I can't tell you where this flood is going to take place at. But all I can say is be ready, be prepared, get the necessary things that you need. And God reminded me of the flood in the book of Genesis. And so what happened with the flood? After the flood, everything was just gone. It was destroyed, right? And so not sure if we're going into a time of maybe like a famine, or a time where people are going to have a need for a lot of things. But whatever it is, I'm telling you, be ready. Prepare yourselves in the physical and in the spiritual. Prepare yourselves, okay? There was 2 more other dreams that I had. That was on November the 27th. I have my journal here. And November the 28th. It was still about a flood. I can share a little bit about it too. Let me see. Okay, so on November the 27th, there was a dream I had that I saw a den with rocks. I'm going to just read it. I saw a den with rocks. A lady was talking, saying that the den was secure and that the water was not going to go through it. So happened, the water went through it and the flood came in. It over flooded the den. And so I took off running to warn the people, to let the people know, hey, a flood is coming. Get to a higher ground. Get to a higher ground. So there was some apartment complexes that had like 4-story and 5-story. The apartment that I lived in, it had 5-story. So the people was running. I ran down off of my building and I helped some elderly people to get into the apartment building to run up the stairs. So I saw an officer and I said to the officer, hey, do a radio call and let your staff know that there is a flood. He kind of acted nonchalant or whatever. So I was like, forget him. I just went and continued to warn the people. Then shortly afterwards, these big, huge buses came. They were about almost the size of the height of the apartment. And those big black and white buses came. They were real nice. And they opened up the doors for the people to go in for safety. And I was clapping. I was happy. We were happy because now, the buses came. It was about 5 buses. And they came one after the other. And they came to save the people. And I was happy with that. And then the other dream I had was on November the 28th. It was, I was at a church. And the church was called Ebenezer Baptist Church. And while I was at the church, I was sitting outside with the pastor and the members. So while we were sitting outside, I remember the dream that I had, and I knew I should tell them. But I was a little hesitant, because people be thinking you crazy or whatever. So I told the pastor now what I dreamed. And they sat there looking at me like I was crazy, right? But right after I told them what I dreamed, guess what happened? A flood of water came gushing down that street, pushing cars, debris, everything out of its way. And so when they saw that, they got afraid. But me, I started crying because I'm like, oh my God, it happened immediately after I said it. And so then guess what? They started to prepare, okay? So I say that to say that was last year, November 27th, 2023. Okay, so battery, hold on. So that was November 27th. That was November 27th, 2023 that I had that dream. So all I'm saying is prepare yourself. I'm preparing myself spiritually and naturally, right? Because I don't know what is going to happen, but I do know something is going to happen. And I don't know. I just want to be in alignment with God. Okay? In alignment with God. So prepare yourselves. This is a warning. This is a warning. And if God is showing you something about the dream that I had, please feel free to share it. Please feel free to inbox me and let me know what God is showing you. Okay? That's it. Thank you for listening. And pray for your city. Pray for us all.